Right? It, I'll start it now. We are the Pennsylvania Forward Party. This is our November meeting of 2025. Thank you for joining us. To begin with, we had an election a couple of weeks ago. We ran uh, about a dozen people on the ballot, and we had some good results for us. Not everybody was able to come out on top, but I want to start by going through some of the results. The Probably the most news worthy race was we endorsed Pat Dugan, but unfortunately he did not uh, win in this race. He got 86,000 votes, but the Democrats have a very strong advantage in Philadelphia. Uh, But for our purposes, we got about a dozen news stories out of that. So that was a great endorsement for us. Fortunately, that did not come out on top there. Moving on to another one. Uh, we also endorsed Matt Googly Mello. He was running for a township commissioner seat. This one was also vote for three. Unfortunately, he did not win this race either. Uh, we hope he runs again for something. No word on that. More people coming in. Uh, kind of going through all the people who haven't did not win on election day. Paul Royer, unfortunately, was not successful either, but he did he did get a significant number of votes. And
Wondering if we want to reframe that, like from being unsuccessful to, you know what I mean?
First loser. Just kidding. But this is like we pointed out in one of the meetings before, even Lincoln lost 7 times before he became president. Now he did win like various Senate positions and then lost various Senate positions, but then eventually, so I would say there's a good silver lining, right?
yeah, and they these candidates learned a lot from running, and hopefully they'll run again and uh, be able to use what they learned in these elections. Unfortunately, I do have to, uh, if I don't give the results, people will ask. So I do need to go over the ones we were not as successful in. Kind of want to move through those first before moving on to the more successful races. I see a chat. Okay. Uh, Again, Tommy did not come out on top.
We could chime in. Delco's also heavily Democratic, so the fact that he was to run and actually succeeded as much as he did was pretty impressive, considering Louis Rosenthal, he's been in that position for a little while and very much the establishment. And guess what? Delco's raising taxes yet again. So, you know, now they're doing something with the money, I guess. They're trying to say they're establishing I think Delco is one of the only rather large counties that don't have their own health department as a county, so we rely on the state health department. So that's what they're saying. A lot of money is going to. So there's that. So just as a Delco person, I figured I should chime in a little bit. So
Yeah, that's great to hear from a local uh, uh, leader. And moving on to the next race, uh, the biggest win of us for us uh, in the state was probably Danny Seisler. He is now the sheriff-elect of Bucks County. Um, he was uh, running against somebody who was basically turning their sheriff department into a ICE department instead, and neglecting local issues, which sheriffs need to be uh, representing their county, not something else.
Department of Justice as well as Attorney General Pam Bondi.
maybe someone can mute the iPhone number 3.
I'm not.
for this person.
Give me a second.
I know you can hear her.
I muted. I got them. Okay. Sorry about that. Moving on. Lisa Brackbill was running for a school district school director for Derry Township. There were 4 people running, and she was one of the 4, and she was successful in becoming a school director. So we wish her the best of luck in her new role as school director. If anybody has any questions or comments, please chime in while I'm going through this. One of the closest victories was Eric Taylor. As you can see in this slide, he only won by 127 or 1,275 votes. I actually went to bed thinking that Eric had lost because he was trailing at very late on Tuesday night. But the mail-in votes put him over top, and he was able. And right now, it appears that he is the victor in Berks County and will be their new judge in the Court of Common Pleas. So that's a very significant win, because close victory like that, the 4-party can say our endorsement really put him over the line. We also had a few Fortis on the ballot as well. Steve Goodsill ran for judge of elections in his ward. It was contested. Unfortunately, he did not come out on top. I do not know if it is one of the races where he might be offered a minority inspector position or something like that. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Jessica Forsill I believe she's here tonight. She came in second and will be the minority inspector of her district. And congratulations to her.
Yeah, hi Ben, I'm here.
Yes, if you wanted to say anything real short, since you're Here.
No, I mean, I look forward to, taking on this civic responsibility and very happy to be a future elected member of the Forward Party.
Thank you. Could you remind everybody what the minority inspector does?
Sure. So they're one of the individuals at the polling place that is an elected official. So each, I guess by law, there's a team at each of the different, trying to get my camera on, each of the different polling places. So the judge of elections, look, I'm wearing a Ford sweatshirt too. The judge of elections is kind of in charge of that, the polling place. And then under him, there's a majority and a minority inspector. And that's only determined by who gets the first, the highest amount of votes is the majority, and the second highest is the minority. And of course, in reality, sometimes these are not contested, right? And then they all end up appointed. But unfortunately, that was not the case here. It was a contested election, but luckily there were 2 slots, so I will be taking one of them.
Congratulations and thank you again for running.
Sure.
I'll go back to my slideshow. Admit a person. Before we also had a person run in Philadelphia County for a judge of elections. She won pretty handily there. This was an uncontested race, but a win is a win in my book. So we offer her congratulations and as well as wish her the best of luck as running her precinct as judge of elections. I also know that Zach is here tonight and he also won his. I will let him speak if he wants to speak. Sorry to put people on the spot, but uh,
Thanks, Ben. Also, I see your chat. Thanks, Rachel. Yeah, I just want to say, I think Ben and the Forward Party did an excellent job guiding me through the process here. I did have to take some initiative just to figure out Allegheny County specific deadlines and how many signatures I needed. But a lot of these races, local races, go uncontested, and I think the Ford Party has a great opportunity in 2026 to snag up a few of those. I mainly used this opportunity because I already was volunteering in the polls, and I wanted to help promote the Ford Party. And based on the 200 votes, at least 200 people saw the Ford Party on the ballot. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Keegan, who designed my yard sign. I don't know if you can see it. No, I guess not. AI is getting too good. So maybe I'll paste it in the chat. But I think he did a good job with the design. I guess we don't have a set standard, but I used the forward with 3 underlines and a keystone around it. So that just helped promote the Ford Party. But yeah, thanks again, Ben, for help guiding me through.
no problem. Uh, Getting back to my screen. Yeah, and that is the last results we have so far. Christian uh, was mounted a write-in campaign, and they do the write-in votes last, so we're still waiting on results from them. So we don't know if he was victorious or not in his run. We do know that there were a lot of write-in votes. We do not know if that was all for Christian or if there was another person mounting a write-in campaign we didn't know about, or if there were just a lot of people writing their own name and we so uh, we have to give that one a little bit of time as well to see if see if Christian is the new treasurer or not. Uh, next year we are looking to is the year where the PA House and PA Senate are the representatives are elected and half the Senate senators in the PA House are elected as well. We're really focusing on the House. Uh, Brian helped make a map I didn't include here, but could you talk a little bit more about that, Brian, if you're able to?
Yeah. Ben, would you be able to pull up the map? I can't right now, but it's on the Slack under the elections tab. Yeah,
Oh,
but so there, if you're able, it's okay if not. But yeah,
give me a
as
sec.
we all saw last year, there it's almost half of state house races go completely uncontested, and half of the other ones are blowouts, more than 20% difference. So there are 75% almost of state house districts that we can compete in with no threat of being a spoiler candidate. We don't have to justify anything about the spoiler effect. So it's a great opportunity. If we could run some candidates in the, okay, great. So the purple areas were all uncontested last year. So if you know someone in a purple district that you think would make a good state house rep, we'd love to talk to them. Start getting the word out. Put a bug in their ear, because the great candidates are all around us. Great potential candidates can come from anywhere. The leaders of local organizations or churches or just active in their community, and we want to support them. These races are winnable against people who have not had to be accountable to their voters in a long time. And yeah, this is how we get a few people in office at high levels. And the state house is currently 202 to 201. Democrats have a 1-seat majority. So if we could win 1 or 2 races, it is easily believable that neither party would have a outright majority, and that would be the kind of leverage that we would need to enact the kind of reforms that we want to see for congressional and senate. All the things that we want to see could be done by this body if we could get 1 or 2 people in there. So yeah, if you know someone in the purple or even in the orange, or really, we just want to talk to someone that's interested in running for state house, please send them our way.
Thank you, Brian. And yeah, it's a target-rich environment in the state of Pennsylvania. Uh, stop share. Yeah, so we strongly encourage people to look into running for PA House also. We are also having a convention in 2025, or sorry, 2026. Our next planning meeting will be on Wednesday, December 3rd at 8 p.m. The convention date itself is still TBA. Volunteers are all welcome. We're hoping to celebrate our nation's 250th anniversary with a big bash in the city of Philadelphia. So hopefully we can have a great turnout there. There is always something happening either at the national level or the Pennsylvania level. Please check our calendars and get involved any way you can. We are always looking for more people to lend their voices to our movement. You can also get involved with one of the national committees. There are several right now, and they're always a great way to support the party. Uh, Another push we're doing, likewise, is we need county leads to help grow our party. We need organizers at the local level to kind of recruit candidates and help be the spearhead of the Ford party in your locality. We're a party that really wants to focus on the local issues, and to do that, we need to have leads at the local level. So please consider uh, becoming a county lead. Brian has also wrote a new blog post about county leads recently. You can go to the QR code here, or uh, in the lower right hand corner, there is the link. Sorry about that. Uh, did you want to talk about that a little bit, Brian?
Um, well, it's just is a great way to take on some official role with us without a ton of responsibility. We just have new people that sign up, and we want to be able to refer them to someone locally. So if you could take that on and anything else you want to do, many of you are already doing it, talking to your friends and neighbors about what you'd like to see politically. You just go to the blog post down at the bottom. There's a form, a simple form that you can fill out with your name and your county, and we could get you started. Let you know what it entails, and put you to work.
Thank you, Brian. Fundraising. We are always looking to grow our party, and we can't do that unless we have some money to pay for the everything that entails. We are also looking for a director of finance, if that is one way you want to support the party. We have been lacking in this area. We're hoping to find a leader to help organize this area and hopefully give more depth at, at this uh, area, this slide.
Jack's position? I'm sorry, is this Jack's position? Jack Merritt?
It's more of what Tim used to do, so we're trying to,
I think you meant
and also,
fundraising then, the director of fundraising.
yeah. So
Okay.
this is different than treasurer, but we're always, we want to grow this area so we can, so that Jack has more helpers to uh, do the finance side of things, and hopefully also grow our uh, monetary pool so that we can help our candidates, and get our message out more fully. So contact us if this is an area you want to volunteer in. Uh, we have not decided on a date for the December meeting yet. Uh, we're we might do something special in December. No word on that yet, but hopefully something will we'll be able to announce something soon. Uh, hope if you have any comments or concerns about what was said tonight, or if you want me to go back to some of the results and talk about them more, this is a great opportunity for you to ask away. Rachel.
Always count on me. So I put some stuff in the chat. There's an event put on by National and the committees, and I think the Massachusetts State Chair. It's a forum on the legislative or electoral reforms that we're all in favor of. So open primaries for states that's applicable for ranked choice voting. So that's this Thursday. There's the link in the chat. I think you do have to RSVP to get the link. And then I just also put the link to the committees because they are growing. So I won't list them out for you. There's a women's committee, veterans and veteran families. There's 6 or 7 now. But if you're looking for another point of access to help grow the party, and maybe like running for office or leading your county isn't for you, this is another way to get involved, meet more people, and see what's going on in other states as well. And then I hope this is okay. I'm going to just mention something else that I'm working on kind of on the side. I think it's consistent with Forward's mission, and values, but this is not as a Forward exec team member. I'm just telling you that I'm working with another organization, to advocate for passage of the phone-free school legislation. There's a bill in the PA State House and a bill in the PA State Senate. So I won't take up a lot of time, but I do think that if you watch the news and you live in this world, that the division and the algorithms are really not doing a lot of service for us as adults, and it's even worse as a distraction in schools. If anyone's interested in learning about the research or perhaps contacting your legislator, especially in an area different than where I live, because I've already done that, although more people would be welcome, you can contact me directly and I'll put my email in the chat. Thanks, Ben.
No problem. Chris,
Yeah, thanks. I emailed Christian, and I think Ben got back to me via email. This is my first meeting, but I reached out because I had been invited to run for office through a couple times so far, but then working with Lead PA, they pointed me to Pennsylvania's Forward Party and working with y'all. I actually am planning to run as an independent for one of the House seats in 2016. And so I just wanted to introduce myself to y'all. Happy to ask any question or answer any questions, but I really appreciate the work you've been doing on open primaries. I'm a huge advocate of ranked choice voting. And so I think there's a lot of ways in which we can align. And so I want to continue the conversation moving forward, but just wanted to say a quick hello.
great. Hey, I'll use you to ask some questions. Other people might be wondering, what all does it take to run for PA House? If you know.
No, it takes a lot. The information's pretty scattered. So as an independent, obviously I don't have either party machine backing me with all the institutional knowledge and the people there. So one, I have set up my political action committee. That is first and foremost. And then to set up your bank account, you also need to have that committee registration set, as well as then go through IRS to get your EIN number to set up your bank account for that committee. So I've done all that to date. And then in January, the Pennsylvania Department of State will, end of January, early February, release the 2026 filing forms. And so that's when you can officially start collecting signatures. And based on my understanding, I have a conversation coming up this week. Based on my understanding, though, it's a 1% of the last winning vote. So I think I need to collect 500 signatures to end up on the ballot. And running as independent, my understanding, I've talked to the State Department twice now, is that I don't need to do anything regarding the primaries. If I can get my 500 signatures, then I end up on the November ballot.
Correct. There is one little thing. There has been a couple of court cases that have reduced the number of signatures you will be needing. Give me a second.
Well, that's great.
In the meantime, where are you from, Chris?
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I am actually, so I saw, I think it was Jessica one in Doylestown. So technically I'm 18902. So Doylestown, but I'm actually in Plumstead Township.
What
So Bucks
district?
County,
What district are you running for?
143rd.
Okay. So one of the things that they will put out when they put out the nomination papers is this chart that I have from 2020, 24. Uh, but because of the court cases, mainly dealing with the presidential, but it also went and covered the anything going through the Pennsylvania Secretary of State. Uh, it reduced the number of signatures that independents and third parties have to select. Technically, it's as applied to the uh, third parties who challenge that. Uh, but because the Secretary of State feels that it would be a bureaucratic nightmare to have one set of signatures for the libertarians, one set of signatures for any other third party. They just apply it to everybody because also all the arguments that the parties in the case made apply to all third parties. So in 143, in 2024, you were looking at a 369 minimum signatures. So a bit better than 500, but still very doable. Uh, Rachel, I see your hand up.
Oh yeah, I just had a question for Chris also. So I'm close to you here in Montgomery, and I was just wondering if you can tell us anything about like the current House member, the incumbent, if they're running, like if you know how the breakdown was last time as far as like how close it was or not close, and if you know of any other candidates planning to run yet as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually grew up in Montgomery County. I didn't know that's where you're located, Rachel. I do. I don't have those numbers in front of me. I do have them in a file somewhere. So essentially, Shelby Labs is the Republican incumbent for the last 2 years. When it got redistricted, I think that's when she was able to win that seat in Doylestown, became a smaller pocket. She beat Eleanor Braslin last year, I want to say by at least 5-10% of the vote. And then I do believe that the Dems have someone that they are going to run. I don't know if there's going to be a Democrat primary or not, but I know they have someone in mind.
Cool. Maybe we can connect. I'd be curious as things go on. At least I'm close enough not to vote for you, but maybe to help and trade
Yeah,
ideas. We have a couple other independent candidates that, again, seeking endorsement or not, that's down the road. But still, sharing resources, connecting to each other so that, if you guys are tackling the same hurdles and stuff, and you can learn from each other's, stuff that they find out or hopefully not, but mistakes that get made and stuff. So my email's in the chat. I would love to catch up offline.
yeah, I'll grab it. I appreciate that, Rachel. Yeah, I would love insights, all of that. I know as you brought that map up, and I think Ben, you communicated that via email as well, I believe, but that mainly you're focused on a lot of these non-contested seats or not wanting to be the spoiler. I know the Dems want to invest heavily in the seat, this particular district, so it's going to be very contested. But I at least hope to open the dialogue around open primaries, get people actually hearing these terms, get it. So that I have several goals. Winning is one of those, but along the way, there are other ways that I'm going to measure success.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can connect, like I said, at least connect with another network of like folks trying to do what you're doing and trying to win. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
diminish that.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
I would not try to discourage anybody from running also. A lot of these races are, even if they are the opposing party runs somebody, they're probably going to get blown out of the water anyways in a lot of these races, and many times it is the candidate should probably have run as an independent versus with the major party because the major parties have baggage that independents and third parties do not. And I'm not sure if you have run across the Good Party yet, but uh, it is an organization. They're not a political party, but they hope to level the playing field between the major parties and independents and third parties. I strongly encourage anybody looking to run uh, with us or in an independent run themselves to check out the Good Party and see their resources. They are a very strong and resource for people looking to run in our space. Uh, so
Yeah,
check them out.
I don't know if that was a direct question or a rhetorical question, Ben. I have actually had a sit down with them, and I think I've entertained the idea moving forward. The biggest thing I think that's lacking in our space, obviously, there's a ton of resources we're missing, that I've been able to gather in other places. But the one thing that they offer, but the person I spoke to was not very didn't have a lot of insight to, and it sounds like they're switching their model a ton too. Like they no longer do signage for people where that was an option that you could, opt in to get signs from them. Is their e-canvasser. Obviously, as an independent, my access to van or minivan is quite limited and probably too expensive for me in what end up raising. But to find, that's what they had, and that's why I originally looked at them, is because they do have a canvassing option, an app, but I wasn't able to get a lot of details on it. So that's the big thing I'm still looking for, is that type of app.
That I do know that once a candidate has declared they do and start paying them, a lot of tools become free. I do not personally know which ones are happen at that time, but uh, hopefully they'll be able to help you with that when the time comes. Do you have any further questions? What we might be able to answer?
I mean, I don't want to monopolize the meeting. I would just want to introduce myself, and then I would love to follow up with the exec team to figure out what next steps look like from alignment. I know you've got kind of the endorsement forms and all of those, the questionnaire, but would like to maybe have more of a one-on-one conversation before, going ahead and filling those things out.
Sure. Yeah, I was seeing if you had any questions that other potential candidates might have. Also, sorry if I was not as clear on that.
It looks like
Uh,
Brian had experience with the e-canvasser, so I'd love to follow up with, learn more about his experience.
uh, any other different comments, questions, or anything? Robert.
Hey, Robert Coach here, Delco, like I said earlier. I just wanted to bring up the fact that we probably will have a Southeast PA little holiday party. We did one last year. I think it was pretty popular. We just have to talk to our Attorney General candidate, Eric Settle and Wraith, and see what they're doing. I know there are other events going on, there are other holiday parties. I don't know if anyone's from the Philly area, but there's this press club called Pen and Pencil, and when we were at the it was it was called Concourse with Andrew Yang and his offline party. This was maybe 3 weeks ago. I met someone who is a Pen and Pencil member, and we thought it could be great. I think it costs maybe memberships like $40 for a non-press member. So like, let's say next week, the Philadelphia Inquirer has their holiday party or so. Well, I think it's in 2 weeks, and then after that, they have a calendar. We could even have our own event there. You could have once a year if you do like an elevated membership, which is I believe $80 a year or so. So that would may be a good way to kind of network with, let's say, our New Jersey friends. I met the New Jersey chair, Nate Roseborough. So I thought that was pretty neat. And if anyone's, yeah, in the Philly area, so to just look for the 9th. We're saying the 9th or the 10th, December 9th or 10th. And pretty much based on when our candidates can be there. Well, I guess we'll try to, I don't know if anyone wants to shoot in the chat, like, oh, you're in the Southeast and you may be interested, then I'll just make sure you're on the email list. So thank you very much.
Yes, and in the Southwest, we're looking at a date of, I believe, the 29th. Is that right, Brian? Uh,
Yeah, I think so. It was the Monday after Christmas we were gonna get together.
yeah, so if we're able to meet up, we're going to meet up. We don't know where yet, but we're looking to have an event on the 29th, the Monday after Christmas. So hopefully we'll be able to see you there. Uh, any other issues, comments, questions? Uh, we're I could go through the results if for any people who were late after the end, if that would be something uh, people would want, or if not, uh, I'll do it at the end and people can stay or not. I think I have have a couple of more slides, at least one more slide. Yeah. Yeah, so be on the lookout for the December meeting date and link, and we'll uh, see you then. If not, have a happy holiday season. And yeah, I'll share the results again in case there were any latecomers. And once I figure out, y- yeah, this was Pat Dugan. Uh, Matt Guglielmo, Paul Royer, Tommy Philman, Danny Seisler, Lisa Brackbill, Eric Taylor, Stephen Goodsell, Jessica Forsell, Eva McGowan, and Zachary Thompson. And we thank everybody who ran and wish them the best of luck regardless of the results. And we congratulate the winners as well. With that, I have gotten through my agenda faster than I thought I would. Yes, Zach.
If you have nothing else to share, I got something in the mail after I got elected. I wasn't sure if I can share. Do you have anything else, Ben?
No, I can also stop the recording if it's something you don't want recorded.
Yes, if you don't mind stopping the recording.